Hi, I'm Liz Nedden. Let's have a look at example 1 for linear combinations of discrete random variables. So Ella makes cakes of soap and she's got two sizes. One, the small one, which she sells for $2.50, and that has a probability of 0.64. And she has a larger one with 3 cakes of soap, which she sells for $7, and she's got a 0.36% probability of that. So the first thing that we need to do before we can do the linear combination is actually work out the mean and standard deviation and variance of the amount of money that she spends. So that's what our first step is to do. So with that table, I'm going to go to my graphics calculator. I'm going to go into statistics mode. And what I need to do is I need to enter the data. So we've got the small cake of soap and the large cake of soap and how much they cost, how much profit she makes, and the probabilities of 0.64 and 0.36. So I'm going to enter those, and now I'm going to say calculate that. So that's F2, and this is one variable, so F1. And that there, the very top value, x bar, that's my mean or expected value. So I've got an expected value of 4.12. And then lower down I've got my standard deviation there of 2.16. So there's my mean of 4.12, and I've got my standard deviation of 2.16. So to find the variance is our standard deviation squared. So this is the variance of m, and that is going to be that value of 2.16 squared, which is going to give me a value of 4.666. So our standard deviation and mean and variance, so that's from the amount of money that she has spent. Now let's have a look at what we're going to do with this. So her dad thinks that she's selling it too cheap and that she should increase her prices by 20%. So talk about increasing it by 20%. And we need to first of all find the mean. So I've got a little note there. So there's the expected value we just calculated, and I've got the formula there for the linear combination. So what I need to do now is work out what that linear expression is in this case. So if I was normally selling something, then I would get 100% of the money. So if I want to increase my price by 20%, that would give me a new value of 120%. So 100% plus another 20 on top. Now if I want to turn that into a decimal, I'm going to divide that by 100, and that's going to give me a value of 1.2. So what I've got is I want to multiply each of these values here. I'm going to multiply each of those numbers by 1.2. In a sense, that would be what I would want to do to work it out. So my equation is going to be 1.2m. So 1.2 times the amount of money, and that's my 20% increase in price. So now using that expression, let's work it out using the formula. So I want the expected value of 1.2m. So I don't have any b in this particular case. I'm not adding or subtracting any amount, so I can ignore the plus b for this example. But I do have a value of a, and the number in front of the variable is 1.2. So that's going to be my value of 1.2. I'm going to multiply that by the expected value of m. So 1.2 times, now expected value of m, that's my 4.12. So times 4.12, and that will give me a mean of $4.94. So that would be the new mean if she does as her dad suggests and increases her price by 20%. Now let's, with that same idea, we're now going to change the variance. So we've got my original variance for the amount of money, and we've got the formula. So remember, our expression is 1.2m. So I want to find the variance of 1.2m. So I need to take the value of a, which in this case is 1.2, and I need to square that. So that's going to be 1.2 squared, and I'm going to multiply that by the variance of m. So that's 1.2 squared times, and the variance of m is that value 4.666. So multiplying that together, and that is going to give us a value of 6.700. Now, to find my standard deviation, well, we've got that formula for standard deviation. So standard deviation squared is equal to the variance. So if I want my standard deviation, I need to take the square root of the variance. In this case, the square root of the variance of m. So I found the variance in that last page. So that was at 6.700. So I'm going to take the square root of 6.700. And that will give me a value of $2.59. So if she does as her dad suggests, she would get a variance of $2.59, and she would get a standard deviation of $2.59, a variance of 6.70. Remember, there are no units on variance, only on the standard deviation and the mean, and we get a mean of $4.94. Thanks for watching.